making some noise setting up a box for the cat to lay in.
You
That's a
need to
good
set
idea.
that up.
She was just opening it up, so I was just making a bunch of scraping noises and stuff. You know
I do
how it
something
is
so
when you
pointless.
drive cardboard across cardboard. Just
But like, why would you do something so pointless when it's just gonna come into your room and lie on top of you?
it's a cat. Cats do boxes.
You can even draw we can put like tape down and make a square on the ground, and the cat will fucking lay in it.
Yeah, because it's a box.
It's a box.
Exactly. Did the kitty go in the box or did she distract it with something else?
My nose. Do your jobs. Everybody did their jobs.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody did do their jobs, and I paid all you fuckers. So don't try and get money from me. You got fucking paid. Everybody's being lazy. It's gonna be tomorrow for everybody. Congratulations, it's tomorrow.
All time tomorrow.
I
Well,
assume morning.
is this tomorrow after the meditation, or is this tomorrow after a full night's rest?
Tomorrow after a full night's rest. Just tomorrow from, because there's nothing to do. Everybody went and worked. I gave you all your information there. He asked all of his questions. He didn't die. I know. And you guys
Oh,
are
I have not died.
you're relaxing your best. And now,
All right.
yeah, the next day, you're 3 days into having to be on your trials.
All right.
Next morning,
Naibai is.
Evan.
Oh, okay.
Evan,
Ah,
your next morning, you just get a knocking on the door.
tired, stretched snake sounds. 1 second, coming. He comes, opens up the door. Hello?
You can see them standing there. That tall, robed, very pale skinned, technically superior? It is that the Reaper known as Yandra, and they'll just gesture for you to follow them.
Okay. He quick dart back into his room and toss I should have mentioned he didn't toss a shirt on, so he's gonna go grab one of his shirts and quickly follow behind.
What's your level, right? Isn't it like 270 something?
I'm pretty sure it's 273. Let me double check.
That
sure
sounds right. Something around there.
Damn it, Firefox, open faster. I thought I had you open already.
Hurry up
No,
fast like Shadow.
Yeah. Level 279.
I was correct. Okay. So,
Eh?
that's all I need to know for now.
Concern.
You laughed. Today it's Noro's turn to rake your children up. It's not like he's rude. He just politely knocks on all the doors.
And he screams fire because, that's what normal people do.
Just that.
But what if he screams ice?
The building was
Knowing
on
his
ice.
Knowing his interactions with certain people, yes, that would make sense.
Yes, once she's woken up, Beatrice would get up and make sure she's dressed properly and join the others.
Fion would come downstairs, brushing his mane. Since he got him a hairbrush, actually. After he got dressed and all.
Naibai will come down for breakfast with her in the typical bed-ridden, matted state.
Bedhead,
Pretty much, yeah.
except everywhere.
It'll smooth out throughout the day eventually.
Exactly. Hair is overrated.
Why have long hair in just one part of your body when it can be everywhere?
Yes.
There are two options. Absolutely no hair whatsoever, or everywhere. Nothing in between. So yeah, Naibai's getting breakfast. What is getting served today?
A good question, guys. I learn when you do.
Oh, fair. Today,
That's
the
not really
roadside cafe rolled into town. We're having possum jerky and raccoon bites.
Hey, I'd be down.
Oh, try some of the raccoon bites. Reaches out hand, gets bit by raccoon. Hi!
Welcome to Applebee's. Would you like apples or bees? Bees? He's asking for bees!
He wants the bees!
Not
They're
the
my
bees.
eyes! Ah!
Like that fucking scene from Tommy Boy where panicking, pretending there's a swarm of bees. The cops are allergic to bees, so they just like left them alone.
Did you hear about Nicolas Cage about being Joe Exotic?
Doesn't matter.
Hmm,
Completely irrelevant right now.
I know.
Okay. So apparently it is more high carb based today. Pancakes. Not basic bit. Well, I mean, there's basic bitch ones, and then it starts to get a lot more creative with whole fruits being put in them, and some of them having just straight up being made out of like, chocolates.
Like crepes.
Wait, so whole fruits. So
Beatrice
like,
would be elated to have some of the chocolate ones.
entire apples and tomatoes inside of the pancake.
Worth of it, not in the. They're
Okay.
like the kind of pancakes the size of.
I'm thinking
Size
of
of
like
apple.
massive
An apple
shortcake-sized pancakes with just entire fruits inside of them.
I mean, it's pretty much like the whole fruit. Just it's that like all of that you could, if you were to cut it up,
It's basically,
dice it up.
chopped up, you get the entire thing just in pieces.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
It's just this world is running off of video game logic, so I wouldn't put it past it.
Exactly.
It's one of those higher level
Fion.
foods where you have to be able to eat an apple whole.
I mean, I mean, kind of. There's possibly some Minecraft logic somewhere where it's like eat this entire apple coated in solid gold.
Yes, because fuck my larynx!
I need you to carry this. What's in this box? 42 stacks of gold. Blocks.
Sorry, what? 64. Did I say 42? I meant 64. How? Compression of matter. Anyway, they make a good point. You can compress 64 blocks of fucking gold, but you can't compress more than one bucket of water.
Because water's incompressible.
Not compressible, that's right. Alright.
What if you turn it to ice then?
Well, see, you can stack ice.
Well, isn't just a cup of water just stacked water?
No, it's free-flowing atoms.
But it's a small amount of stackable water though.
As interesting as this line of questioning is, it doesn't matter.
And Fionn would like his apple pancakes.
I mean, he got apple pancakes.
Naibai will also take part in the apple pancake.
Seems like Noro's the only one who wanted the diabetic fucking pancake that's just chocolate and. Okay,
No,
so you
I
guys know
said
those Star
Beatrice
Crunch
wasn't
snack
that.
cakes? I don't know. I'm just
Beatrice
gonna ask,
loves chocolate.
asking real quick. Does anybody remember the Star Crunch snack cake?
Yes.
Yeah, they still
Yeah,
sell them.
imagine that in the form of. Imagine that in the form of a pancake.
I'm
Jesus.
not sure. But anyway, just pancake chocolate. Beatrice
It's like
is a
they're.
happy bunny fox.
It's like all the meals are centered around giving you a bunch of energy to burn.
So as we're all sat around the table, Naibai is going to casually bring up that she might have a freebie quest with an epic loot at the end.
Congratulations.
What is that?
Well, first I have to go to a dead royal's manor and steal their crest and sneak my way into the hierarchy and ask a few questions. That's step one.
That's a bad idea.
Oh,
And because it's such a bad idea, that's exactly why I will help.
So Beatrice is gonna look at others and just like, I guess we're doing this then.
Well, not entirely. We'll have to wait for Kevin. Hope he's okay.
Hey, just take your time getting back to me. I'm talking to my dad and doing something.
Okay. He'll be fine. I'm fine.
So is this is the crest that you're going to have to search for somewhere in town here?
I believe so. As far as my information is concerned, it is within borders.
Well, that's good. We can do that part while we're still confined to the town.
There wasn't any sort of mention about what the party size should be, but I would like to have some friends along.
Well, I'm happy to help.
Well, I've been told I can't help, so I'll be an instructor.
Your instruction will be invaluable. I have no way of knowing how dangerous this will be.
So where did you get this quest?
During one of my demon dances in my room, a spirit came and informed me that they were rather bored with existence and would appreciate greatly some entertainment.
Damn, they can't even stop being bored when they're dead? It's gonna suck.
It is not as
Demon?
exciting as
No.
most people seem to think it is, being dead.
I would imagine there's a lot of just kind of sitting around and exist.
If you're lucky, you're able to keep up with the planet. If you aren't, you only get to see it once a year.
oh.
Now imagine that could get pretty boring, just kind of sitting out there.
How is
Space.
it that something made of just boiled plant is so tasty?
So Beatrice is going to look over, and since she is having the same thing as him, she's going to nod and stuff some more in her mouth. I have also decided that Beatrice is pretty easy to bribe with chocolate too.
Chocolate specifically.
Chocolate. Yes.
I don't know what you could bribe Naibai with yet. Ugh.
A dead body.
Maybe a recently dead body. Want to see a dead body?
I want to see a dead body.
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
We'll be fine.
Fine. I'm just looking at math. I don't know, I'll just do quick maths.
So after Naibai's finished eating, wait. Well, first of all, she'll wait until her companions who are coming along finish eating as well, and go get geared up to go to this abandoned place. She's going to equip a. Let's go with a hacksaw blade for her hammer.
Well, you're not leaving yet.
No, we're not, but this is preparing.
Kevin, you still busy?
Yeah, you might be.
Alright. According to the dice, he's holding in there. Nice. Okay. Anyone have anything that they'd want to do that isn't just going to dick them off randomly into a different area?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
About how
Oh,
long do we have
okay.
until? Okay, never mind then.
I was just going to inform you that by the time they get done eating breakfast, Kevin, you're done. You pass your trial and you walk away from it with only 54% of your current HP or your overall HP remaining.
Oh, pain.
Ouch.
You realize that Yandra can, in fact, eat a cannon shot to her face.
There is now a new form or newfound respect for this person, and also a
You
small
also
amount
see
of
that
terror.
you've learned that it's not something that's a myth. Higher level adventurers can, in fact, get shot or stabbed and cut in ways that would normally do mortal damage to small people that does practically nothing to them.
Eh.
And you earn a from Sillarin who watched you getting beat up.
Was that quiet clapping?
The very quiet.
Golf clap.
Just well done. Well done.
So that technically means you're allowed to go from gold to a whole rank up. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also need to go get more ammo.
That will be his priority
Fighting
after going and getting, patched up.
Fighting Reapers is very difficult. Because it's hard to fight something that you can't really see that much. You found out that that fucking scythe doesn't obey the laws of physics.
Oh, there were definitely multiple. This is bullshit. Your powers are bullshit.
I know this is rich coming from me, but your powers are bullshit.
Yes. Mob doesn't understand the words. You have to pay for all the extras you get. What do you mean? food. You would dare charge me money for food? Blasphemy. Sit down. Over there in the corner, being hellacious. And today is the day that Eros's party comes back with their original instructor. Weiss was just filling in because the original instructor was kind of disposed
Indisposed.
for a little bit.
Got a dick in the butt.
Less that is more like temporarily in the infirmary after a mission.
Ah, I don't have all of the names of the party members of that one, just the 3. And not even the instructor.
That's fine. I'll find them again real quick. All right.
Well,
Now I can
again,
go ahead and find them, Ivy. Find them.
okay. Because I think you got interrupted when we were doing it in the first place, and we only got the 3 mentioned. Because I was writing them down as you told me. Anyway,
Okay, so yeah, there's the armors. Augments information that I shared. Scrolling up. Well, go ahead and I might tell Kevin as he's, getting patched up. Exactly what? By patched up, I mean he just came to get food before getting healed, knowing him.
Food is always first. He didn't get to eat. He would have done better had he had some food.
Obviously.
He's going to stick with that.
Well, Naibai would inform you that they intend to explore an abandoned nobleman's property on behalf of that said nobleman who has deceased. And then they're going to go check in on their estranged family members.
Oh, fair enough. Need a walk around? I'll come with you. Mainly because I got my ass kicked today and would not mind an easy walk around.
Yes, an easy walk around, certainly.
You know what? I can be hopeful, damn it. He says as he shovels like 3 pancakes on top of each other into his face.
Neil's just been eating and watching. He really likes apples.
So, with Naibai's belongings gathered for the trip, and do we get like water skins that we can fill up from here before we take off, or how's that?
don't we already have some packed?
Yeah, I think we do, but like, typically you drink water when you eat something, and I don't think anybody's refilled their skins yet.
When you're eating in the cafeteria, they provide cups for your lazy asses to get drinks with. Big old wooden cups.
Right, but that's when we're in the cafeteria, not when we're out on the road.
And when you're out and about, I don't got your little water skin.
Wasn't one of the
Assuming
instructors carrying those?
No, nobody's cared. You're supposed to be carrying. How do you
We've got
forget
our own water
words?
skins.
It's okay. It happens. Brain's not functional. Go away, notification. I'm scrolling. Leave me alone. I'm looking at something.
No.
Yes, fucker.
Well, Naibai is gonna fill up her water skin with some, I guess, tap water from the kitchen, and then we're gonna head out. Since Naibai would be the one who knows the location of this place,
Okay.
at least would have instruction on how to get there.
Alright,
She's going to
so
lead the
here-
way.
Okay, sorry, I found it. Okay, so you've got Kaneko and Takahashi. They have Saju Halen Weiss is their original instructor, and they have one more who's currently in the infirmary. You have Faraji, Mob, Sin, Azumi, Shizuna,
Yeah,
Yandra.
I got those parties. The only ones that I don't have fully is the rest of Terrace's party. I have him, Mitsu, and Chiyo, and I think that you got interrupted when you were telling us the rest.
Yes. Okay, yes, please do lead the way. Thank you. It's gonna kind of take you on a slightly scenic route. Because you're starting to, as you the group walks, you realize getting into the more highbrow parts of town a little bit there. So watch out.
Oh boy.
As to be expected. If we're going to a nobleman's house, we're gonna be surrounded by noblemen. So
Bye-bye.
Beatrice is going to be doing her best to look dignified.
Anyway, after you're about an hour and 45, 2 hours of just walking, you'll come to a little three-way in the road, and that's when you can hear that voice in the back. It's like, "Hey, so we're here. That's where my house was."
Was?
Well, they tore it down to make room for those three houses.
Hmm.
This would
It
appear
spanned
to
from
be
there
the location
to there.
the house used to lie.
He explains to you that, yeah, it used to span from over there, and he'll point all the way to the left at the third, little villa off to that side, and then he'll point all the way to the right in your peripherals. Mind you, nobody can actually see him doing this because really only Naibai. And once he points off to the right, you realize that's about 3,000 yards of just straight area. That was all my property.
Happen to know if any of your belongings were left unattended underground?
I had a possibility of that. Peasants would have found them. Then again, they were in crypts. They had traps to keep the squabble from touching my things.
Is an entrance to this crypt on one of these plans? These plots.
You have to get in the walls of this middle. Generally, around the left side of it might still be a soft spot in the ground where the door to a crypt used to be.
In the building, then.
Possibly.
So Beatrice is going to be watching the one-sided conversation. And she's like, are we going to have to ask them to go inside their houses to search for things?
It is beginning to appear that way. I would like to search the outside of the building before we trespass further than that.
So we should probably ask permission to do that too.
The
And
most
so I think that we may or just not just be raising some vandals, Kevin.
I think our instructor should go forth, them being the highest level and most knowledgeable about how things happen around here.
Hmm. Yeah, let's see if we'll get some of these higher bloods to slum it with us for a few minutes.
If only we had Suyo, he's so nice.
Do you think the niceness would work on them, or do you think his him being as physically massive as he is be terrifying to them?
I think the nicest. I want to say the nicest.
I mean, I'm curious as to. I'm curious as to what Naiba here is talking about, seeming as though she's talking to someone who's not there.
They're just getting expert opinions.
You can talk to spirit.
Oh. Okay, no, that makes sense. All right, let's go get rejected by some snooty uppity up types. And Kevin will lead the way to the front door of the middlemost house there.
Naibai will politely wait at the edge of the property line.
Probably a good choice. Well, knocking on the door, or rather, it probably has one of those like brass knocker things, huh?
It do have a big fancy brass knocker.
I mean, these
Well,
people are pretty rich, they might even have a doorbell.
That is also true.
Well,
I
it's
can
an
see them
analog
easily
doorbell.
making those. So
It's an
Beatrice is
analog.
going to look at Naibai and then up at the two instructors, and she's going to, should I go with them or stay behind?
I think we should let them handle this situation. I'd be lonely if you left me.
Okay then. And so she will step aside so she's not blocking the path or anything, and then she'll just kind of stand just kind of up near the wall, or I assume there's like a wall or gate something, so she'll just kind of
Oh,
stand
yeah.
near. Yeah, so she'll stand near that, and she'll just kind of have her hands behind her back, and she'll kind of rock back and forth on those giant feet of.
She got palms for days.
Yes,
Here's
she
our
got
plan,
a
Kevin.
bunny palm.
We're gonna tell them that we're training them to inspect in case they get a scouting or hunting mission. It's gonna say that their houses are large enough that it would make a feasible situation in the event of some sort of nobleman's house getting attacked. Basically, training them to snoop around in areas where one least expects to be found. That's gonna be fine. We'll stick to it.
Like
Why
from
would they
the days
believe
of
that, though?
Heraldry.
You'd be surprised how many requests we get from panicking noblemen who think somebody's out to kill them when it's usually just, an angry maid.
Or rats in the walls making weird noises.
I feel
Normal,
like that might somehow be
absent-minded.
racist.
I would like to point out what makes this worse is as Noro absent-mindedly goes to grab the brass knocker, he grabs a knocker, but it's not that knocker. He doesn't turn his head either. He just looks at Kevin and is like, is there a possibility that you could cut my hand off?
Fast or slow? Because based on who is being touched, they might want it slow.
You just hear a, what are you going to squeeze?
You may
Must
fat Mickey.
fight urges.
It's like, would you like that?
Do I need to tell your ice wife about this?
You will tell them nothing. I
Okay.
will be the Uber blender. What was it I said? I would be the Uber blender. I don't know.
Kevin
Oh,
would
fuck
take a
it.
hold of Nero's wrist and kind of like pull back with a sound. There we go. Hi.
Bad hand. Hi.
So I apologize for our rather rude introductions. My name's Kevin, part of the guild, or part of the Adventurers Guild, hoping to be able to do some training on your land.
All right, Kevin. Oh, my nose is just. Hold on. Give me a D100.
Ah, shit.
Now, is this a charisma one?
Partially.
Alright, I need to go do some digging for the correct stats to make this work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so D100. Calculator out. What the fuck?
Is your D100 a frog?
My D100 is possessed! Help! Okay, so let's see. 43 plus the 123 plus the 5. 171.
Okay, you passed.
Yay, not death.
Yay.
Or at least not getting told on.
All right. The leaf apparently, as you can kind of tell, when they don't say anything, they just look down and do that kind of thing that people do, where they, there's something going on in their brains that may not be conducive to your safety, as they just kind of scratch their chin. So, what kind of training? And Noro you can see him thinking, because Noro knows what's going through their brain, because he'd think of it too.
Kevin's attempting to draw some, connect the dots, and he doesn't like the picture that's being made by said lines between the dots. Well. One sec.
So,
Oh, God. Sorry, I have some jalapeno cream cheese I'm using to
okay.
eat some carrots with, and that got really hot really fast.
I got Noro just covering for the slightly distracted snake. Just, come here often? Oh, that's a stupid question. It's your house.
Yeah.
Come here often at their own house. No, actually, I usually work abroad.
No, this is my summer home. I only visit here for like 3 months out of the year.
Well,
You see, this is actually my third family.
I know. See, the best part is the response is, what kind of coming? All right, yep.
The economy.
Kevin having regained his composure.
My favorite joke
Don't
is
super.
still that a door-to-door salesman could make enough money back when people still did that as a profession to have two families fully supported without them knowing about each other. Now I can't even afford a fucking lunch.
Well, Kevin trying to break the potentially predatory, awkward silence, or tension rather. These are some relatively new Iron Rank adventurers who are looking to maybe do some protection work. And we figured if we find a willing noble or someone with a large mansion that would like some protection or wouldn't mind us wandering around and getting the idea, or God, I cannot talk today.
Your best.
Basically, we're just trying to draw up plans on how to best defend a large structure from potential unwanted peoples.
Oh, we wouldn't want the peasants rising up and attacking now, would we?
Bingo.
Can't have that. Class warfare never goes their way. They don't have enough money.
Kevin is simply opting to smile and nod.
The words "eat the rich" mean something else to you.
Noro,
What?
I'm going to leave you with her if you keep this up.
Can't help but there's parts of my brain that are conflicting. But hey, we got Fionn for that. He'll just pat Fionn on the back.
You got feeling for what? He's just
Coming-
idly brushing his mane. What?
Would you stop that?
Walt.
I'm talking.
What?
Hey,
It's
put the brush away.
He's gonna put his brush away.
Your brush, your brush takes 2 inventory slots. By the way,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a big brush.
You could hit someone with that pretty hard.
Well, if you think about it, 2 inventory spaces is pretty small because Beatrice's knives take up, let's see, 5 and 7.
and fucking Bonnie's weapons take up 16 in total because she's got 2 taking up 8 slots each.
Dang, my stuff's small. That's good though, because I'm gonna end up throwing a lot of my inventory.
I suppose I could let you train under one condition,
Hmm.
and tell my husband.
Oh, I'm assuming he's out of the house, or are we to treat him as though he is the potentially unwanted person to keep
He's
with the
somewhere.
previous naming?
Well, if he's in the house, so big, can't tell where anyone's at anymore. Pretty sure I have children somewhere. Don't even see them.
We'll treat it as reconnaissance then. We'll, if we find him, we'll remain undetected. Looking back at the group, specifically at Noro.
Quietly
And
chewing his nails. Just
Naibai will raise her left shoulder in a waving motion. You're not really sure if she's actually waving.
he kind of just sighs a little bit, and we'll tell you what we found out. I
By the way, Dark,
definitely
I forwarded a
appreciate this
picture
opportunity.
Said
that
Ivy?
as I forwarded a picture to the Telegram group that I thought reminded me a little bit of Naibai.
It's actually a little video.
all right,
He's cute.
come inside.
Of course, it's
Laurel's
not
just got
the
that
exact match thing.
He waits until they walk away, and then Norrell's just everything she says is a double entendre, and it's killing me.
Fion would walk inside with the group.
Well, seeing that they're going inside, Beatrice would follow along.
Naibai shall keep pace.
Kevin would follow up, I'm assuming second to last after, with Noro taking up the rear.
And I guess as they're walking up to the front door, Naibai would lean over and whisper, "Did you hear anything they said?"
Mostly that they seem to be an extremely horny noblewoman, which is
So,
pretty common amongst nobles.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if Beatrice was close enough to hear anything.
Yeah, I was talking to Beatrice, but this response also works.
I mean, he's a spirit. He doesn't care about who you're talking to. He's in your head.
Yeah, personal space kind of isn't a thing, so.
It doesn't really exist when you're inside a person.
Because Beatrice would just basically kind of shake her head a little bit. Didn't really tell much. At least he didn't get slapped or anything.
It's worth noting that Bonnie actually. It is worth noting that Bonnie did not come today because they took another job, so they are working another job elsewhere.
It's a DM health kind of a job, I understand. It's a DM mental health job.
The DM sets up a stand in the middle of the game. Just the words therapist. The entire party rushes it.
It's like, yeah, that reminds me. It's like, are there any shops we might be interested in? It's like, you see this shop with the sign, therapist.
The strange metal device. The strange metal device fits comfortably in your hand. I'd like to roll a history check. What's a 17 get me? You've heard myths and stories about this strange device called gun.
Oh.
You wish it was that much of an unknown in this world. I
Hey,
mean,
we've
this is
got
a
plenty of
realistic
one.
thing. I mean, guns necessarily don't do shit if the magic is equally as angry.
Yeah.
if not more so.
Me angry, I hurt.
Be angry,
I
you
say-
still get
Me
fixed.
angry, fix.
Be angry,
Came bad.
go be some
Me
fix.
angry.
I imagine the Magitech weapons are insane here.
You'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure there's
Kevin's too
also
scared to use
like
them.
regular technology, like, you know, you have the mundane guns that use black powder, blah, whatever, and then you have the crystal powered guns that are just like, I'm going to fire shards of glass at you.
You get kind of stuff like that. Though Kevin's kind of got the middle ground of the slightly more advanced one that actually is using cordite as its
Cordite.
What?
Cordite is,
Excuse me?
Did
is
you
an early form of
actually
smokeless
joke?
powder.
No, I know what cordite is.
yeah.
So the chamber pressures on this bitch gonna be high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn cannon.
It's a cannon.
Kaboom.
It just, if you're
And yes,
using
I
it for
choked on my
anti-air,
vape
make sure
some
you lead your
when I heard
shots.
that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Their understanding of firearms technology is on par with modern technology. It's just in a world with magic, why would you go only into physical science?
I mean, it's not exactly a difficult science, gunpowder.
Yeah. Fuck, modern
Yeah.
gunpowder is simple. It's sawdust and a little bit of nitro, and how about a little bit of graphite? Boom.
To make it black, for no other reason.
Pretty much.
Why is my gunpowder orange? No reason.
Was there to basically
Moving on.
give more reaction services.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, you get to go inside, and or who's at the front of the line, Fiona?
Beyond.
And
Yeah, I
then
think so.
Naibai.
Fiona and Naibai getting the temptatious sway of a noble woman's hips in a very conforming and glossy dress that is colored purple to show how rich they are.
Ah, yes, the color of corruption. And Naibai feels, or Naibai has
Beatrice
no
making
strong
that
emotion
face
about
and
this.
She basically wears a purple shirt.
Beyond.
Naibai, what now?
Naibai has no strong emotions about this one way or the other.
Naibai has no emotions, period. That's why we love her. She's like Plank from Ed and Eddie.
She has emotions, she's just not sexually aroused by everything with a heartbeat.
Hasn't
Whereas
met the right
Fiona,
heartbeat yet.
And then there's Fion. Why is
Fiona
everyone
is the
so hot?
polar opposite of Naibai. Everyone is hot.
It's just in his head. Why is she so hot? Just
It's
It's all
worth
that
mentioning.
caviar and lobster, son.
that was internal, not external.
No, they're just talking. There's 3 stories, central stairwell, very large. I prefer spiral. My husband argued with me, wanted to switch back, so, well, they say he learned to be quiet. Not that he be quiet. It's hard to speak when someone's sitting on your head. Anyways. 3 stories, find what you want, stay out of the study. If the door is locked, it's locked for a reason. Everything else will probably be unlocked. If you find any of the maids, don't talk to them. Don't associate with them.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any other rooms
What's
that
up,
we're not
Rex?
allowed into besides the study?
Any rooms that's locked, stay out of them. Told you that.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
doesn't listen, does he?
His head's mostly fluff.
At that comment, Beatrice is gonna reach over and start fluffing his mane. That's a fluff.
Just kind of that grumped Her.
Delightful. Well, do whatever it is that adventurers do. I'll just, I don't know, sit here and do something that rich people do. Suppose I could look out the window and laugh at all of the people forced to walk around.
And Beatrice is gonna snicker a little bit at that.
Well, Kevin will kind of step a little off to the side in the foyer there, and clear his throat. So, what is the first thing that I've yelled at all of you about multiple times being very important?
The buddy system.
Exactly. So, buddy up. So we're gonna have to work on our numbers, which means I think, just as a point of professionalism, we should leave somebody with our gracious host.
I'll do it.
Thank you very much.
Because you're welcome. Well, you two are the three of you are too young and innocent, and he doesn't know how to not get molested by a predatory woman.
Who?
Him. It's very hard when he goes and meets his friend's wife. She's aggressive.
She's half orc.
She's aggressive. That's your fault.
She's large.
She's only like 6'3".
Yeah, and she threw me.
Father, her husband
told a story about someone named what's her name? Eerie.
You don't need to know about Yuri. Just deadpan, matter of fact. You don't need to know.
I think
it's not that she's a bad person. Oh God.
A little too much.
Who's Yuri?
I'm so sorry.
I'll explain later when we're not on the job.
This Yuri person sounds like they put you all under quite a bit of stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the woman that was always trying to take your cherry?
You know what?
I would never allow her to take my cherry. Food is very important.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways.
Go
ahead, Fiona. I know what you are. Also, Beatrice.
Yes?
Use some blush to cover those up, and it'll just pop on the side of either of her sides of her neck. Just
And so she's going to get very blushy. Did he put makeup on her neck for her?
He just kind of flicked her on her neck to remind her that they're there, and also point them out. They're under the bus. Then he's gonna go sit with your house guest, begrudgingly.
Now be nice. We have an unknown wherever the husband is. Alright. Let's see. Who wants to buddy up, and I guess need somebody to come with me.
I suppose I'll go with you.
Alright. Remember, no talking to the staff, no going in locked doors, and just get a general layout for the area. And the emphasis on this mission was stealth. So try not to get seen. We don't want to cause any more problems than I feel like we're going to cause anyways.
What do we do if one of the staff confronts us?
We can tell them, well, nothing, because it's none of their damn business, and we were told not to. We can direct them back to here.
You can strike them if they do that, because they know they're not supposed to pester guests. Oh, you were just a cup of mixed feelings, aren't you, lady?
Knowing the company you hold, Noro, should not be any problem for you. Anyway.
Have you know
He walks out and starts up the stairs.
Naibai follows closely. Why are we going
Listen here,
upstairs?
just for the record. I like how he's gonna explain this to the house to his to your host. Listen, just for the record, I am a fucking saint.
He's
I
lying.
am. I'm mischievous, but I do not fornicate and frolic that freely with everyone. Stop staring at me.
If we come back and he is not trying to straighten his tie or something. I know he doesn't wear a tie. But point being.
Why are we going upstairs?
I don't know. I figured it'd be a good spot to start. Work our way down, because I don't like going upstairs as it is. But as this appears to be your inquiry, what are we looking for?
We're looking for the leftmost side of this building, somewhere on the grounds floor. Should be a soft spot in the earth where a crypt will open up. How we are to get through the flooring, I don't know, but I figured one of you brought that up.
We'll figure something out.
Thought that part was outside.
Remember, we have to keep up appearances that we're here for not tearing up their yard.
I'm sure when we get closer to the location, our spirit will be able to identify it more rigidly.
Fair. Well, in that case, let's do a quick walk around, try not to get yelled at, and we'll go do that.
Maplewood. Oh, troll. Why would you put just the banister? Disgusting. Spirit is criticizing the furniture and architecture. Only leave it to a former rich snob to talk down on a rich snob's, choice of everything.
So
Probably a
meanwhile,
good thing you didn't bring
Beatrice
it up to
is
someone.
going to essentially search around the ground floor. She doesn't know specifically what she's looking for, but she does know that the building is new and has replaced what they had originally been wanting to find. She's wondering if anything might potentially be in the ground floor.
All right. So,
And so
basic
maybe dragging Fiona around while she does
Yeah.
this.
basic floor plan to think of it like this: you come into the front, very open floor plan with a little spiral staircase up to the second and subsequently third floors. To the left, you have what would be the sitting area, complete with mantle and everything. Off to the right would be the dining room. Its potentially large table, and there would be a hall on either side of the stairwell leading back further into the house, where it would be more of the staff-oriented rooms. So that's your basic floor plan on the ground floor. You currently have Noro sitting over there in the, I guess you could say, the sitting room, discussing things with the host. You had fucking Naibai and Kevin just kind of fuck off upstairs.
Well, Beatrice is mostly going to search the area closest to what Naibai had indicated was the area of interest. It's
Okay.
fairly straightforward. So she's going to go that direction first, kind of.
So
And
the
at this
little
point, she's wishing she had like a magnifying glass so that she could, fulfill that whole little stereotype of searching for.
the best place to do that is just to go past the stairwell on the left side, back, just kind of cut through the little storeroom areas, and there you can wind up in what looks like some sort of greenhouse.
Very nice. So she will be inspecting basically, I would say, the flooring and that sort of thing, looking for any potential secret passages. Because, secret passages stuff. She hears about these and like, okay, everywhere's got them, right?
It has to be.
It's not an enormous greenhouse, but it's certainly not small. It's definitely the backmost corner of this ground floor. It's got a very large, it looks like twisting oak tree in the middle. So that's that. And there's all manner of plant and it's like some possible carnivorous plants and such kind of not really blocked off, but having cautionary fencing around it towards the back. And you're pretty sure there is some solid ground underneath your foot here, given that the fact that you're standing on it currently. But you're not sure if this is a dirt floor or it just happens to be a wood floor of some kind that's currently covered in what looks like dirt and soil. There's a couple of little people in the garden tending to it. Most of them are ignoring you.
So is Fionn doing anything as Beatrice looks like an absolute dork while she's searching?
Scanning the room like, yes, this dirt is made of dirt.
Well, Beyond is gonna go and look around this big oak tree. Because he likes trees.
The fact that you usually always think that something's underneath a tree is very telling of your personality.
I like trees! So sue me.
I'm gonna sue you, just
Hear ye, court of order.
So, just a 20 fewer.
I mean, trees are pretty good marking points.
Yeah, so the tree is another thing that I had pondered. If it were
103.
old enough. But she's looking for things that are built in, perhaps.
it's a tree. Doesn't seem to be anything underneath that you can tell. Maybe there's dirt. Kind of cool, comfy dirt. Bit of worms wriggling. Yeah, there's nothing there.
It's a tree, and when you turn around, it doesn't try to kill you. Just like that brick didn't fall on your head as you walked in here. Just
Fionn, so what exactly are you looking for? Just gonna look at Beatrice.
I was looking to see if there might be any passages built in. Would be hard to detect. Or anything like that.
if only one of us were an archaeologist, you could see where the foundation was from orbit.
I mean,
Okay. Beatrice is doing a look. Are you gonna give me a little dice roll for that?
Yeah. I go to the right tab here. I get 38 plus, let's see, it was a 20, wasn't it? Yeah, on the program is the 20. Yes, so 58
what's
total.
that?
50 in total?
58.
You don't find nothing yet either. You two can search again if you want, though. It's only gonna take you like 10, 20 minutes at a time.
Sure.
15-minute standard search.
Okay, so I guess
Standard
I
search.
shall, I guess she got distracted or something, because now her total is 28.
Booterfly.
You can't.
I guess Fion got distracted too. He got a 42 total.
You guys have already searched this 10-foot area before. Booterfly.
It's
Yes,
reading the.
Butterfly.
Or I could just basically see Fionn going, look at that fluffy tail.
You just see it. Just, why is your tail so fluffy? It's so cute.
All right. Well, your distractions aside, would you like to attempt that again, or?
Sure. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, there we go. Now my total is 100 exact.
Spending a whole 45 minutes here.
It's a big area.
124.
Wow.
I mean, you're looking at like 400 square foot of greenhouse right here.
I got
It's not
100 that
giant. It's
time.
not giant, but it's not tiny. Okay. So
I guess Beatrice kind of kicked him in the back so he could get his mind off her tail.
Basically,
it
stop
takes
staring at my ass. With the search.
Stop it! It's like,
it
stop it!
takes two of you idiots to find it. But eventually, Beatrice kind of takes a step and kind of hears the noise.
So she'll halt as soon as she hears that, and she kind of test it a little bit with her pob to see if it continues making that noise.
Yes, the testing with your pob continues. You hear another creak. You hear a board crack.
Test it again. I dare you.
So she's going to kind of inspect this area that made the noise. Is it basically just plain dirt on what she assumes is a wooden floor or something? Or is there
Where you're
like
at,
something planted here?
as you found out, there just seems to be a bunch of this soil that it wasn't intentionally trying to hide anything, but days of or weeks and years possibly just tossing dirt and scattering it. It seems that you found some sort of cellar door. It's not hard to tell where it was because your foot was on it.
So she'll basically wave Fionn over.
Fion would come over.
Do you have something that would be good for scraping this dirt aside? Like something flat? We could use our hands, but something flat might make it go fast.
Well, not really. Not using me bow or arrows will take too long.
No, that would be counterproductive, I think. But we can just use our hands. She's gonna pause and be like, "Wait, do you see any shovels?"
Fion's gonna look around for like some shovels or like a hoe or something.
There are spades currently sticking out of some of the bits of soil on the lifted up racks that have plants in them.
They're growing canines in here?
What?
God damn it.
What are you
Fucking
smoking?
moron.
Fion's gonna go over and get a spade. I got one right here.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and start scraping some of that off. It's right here where my paw is. She'll
Yeah,
kind
that went from taking you 40 minutes to 11 minutes.
The right tool for the right job, or the proper job.
Well, technically it was going to be 47 minutes, but now 11 minutes.
Fion will start moving the dirt.
And so she'll go over and grab one herself, and then begin the process of moving the dirt off of the, essentially the door. At least that's what she assumes. And she's not gonna like throw it willy nilly. She's basically move it aside in a nice spot that's out of the way.
I guess you find it, and you definitely know you found it when you hear that annoying scrape of metal on the dirt.
Hearing that scrape, Fiona just.
You found a locked cellar door with slightly, ever so slightly bored in the center of it that kind of has a crack in it from a certain someone's fat butt.
Oh, well, that's a locked door. We're not allowed to go through locked doors, remember?
That
We'll get
usually
back
only
then.
means in the house.
It's a part of the
So-
property.
So Beatrice is going to make sure that this door is fully exposed, and she's going to look for anything that might be an identifying feature of it being perhaps an old, previously existing architecture as opposed to the current one.
Now that you can tell, I mean, it's obviously slightly raised because you want to give you something to grab onto when you're climbing out and all that. But it just kind of looks like a cellar door. You've seen them before. It's flat to the ground, big enough to fit the average person. Assuming they're not too endowed in some aspect, or have too broad shoulders, and you can kind of see through the cracks and what light that is coming through from what looks like something that's lit up down there, possibly just a light that somebody left on. Does look like there's a little pair of steps instead of a ladder.
So, having not been able to find anything specifically identifying, she's going to get down real close and see if she can peer through the crack and see anything more than just a little bit of light.
Can't. Sorry to
And
say,
so,
but you can't.
so she'll look up at Fionn. I suppose we should find the others now? The door's not going to go anywhere.
I think we should find the others. At least let's find Kevin and Naibai.
Speaking of Kevin and Naibai, they're currently on the second floor, wandering the halls.
Trying to keep the lie to look right. Try to keep the lie looking good.
Making sure the husband doesn't know we're here.
That and, that we're not just totally snooping around because of someone who was probably socially outcast or excommunicated for social reasons and not wanting to be, deeming an unpopular person.
Excuse me.
I suppose now is a good time to practice our stealth skill.
Yeah, let's see if we
You
can
don't
get down without being
You're
spotted.
not necessarily having to stealth if you don't want to, because I'm not gonna prevent you from accidentally stumbling into the wrong area. No, that's totally. But damn it, you're becoming self-aware of the danger. How do I trick you further?
I think that's why mimics are made.
Shit. Okay. Thinking. A lot of carpet. Rich people and pretty carpet. Okay. I would like to know if you're doing stealth, what your stealth throws are, but
I
yeah.
suppose Naibai will bring it up that maybe they should walk quietly. In case the husband's upstairs.
It's probably a good idea. That being said, we are just trying to quote unquote pencil whip this job until we can figure something or make it look like we're actually doing something.
Stealth.
So, I mean, we can take it seriously if you like.
It'll be good practice. So stealth is finesse?
It should say in the thing, it's thievery technically. So it would be off of your dexterity, I think, if you're trying not to make noise and stuff.
Okay.
The charisma-based thievery one is more like bluffs and stuff.
So 30 plus. So 73.
243. Hold on, that's not quite right. 255. Forgot the race bonus.
Really? Kevin actually only barely passed. I bet I got past fine for their roll. You both managed to sneak. And you may have snuck past the study. You kind of stuck off at the far end of the right side of the hall in its own little door corner. Doesn't seem to have any doors adjacent or beside it. It has what looks like a little small window on one side of the door that has stained glass, and you can see the shadow of somebody in there walking back and forth, humming to themselves. You don't know who it is, though. Best to just keep moving, you feel.
Best to just keep tiptoeing along.
Kevin is committed to pencil whipping this.
And, we're gonna be looking at the hall as we're going down, just committing to the part. Looking at the various paintings and plants and whatever else happens to be in the hall.
Kevin is also doing a very, very lazy sketch of the halls that he has walked so far in his notepad, just in case there's questions about potential defense and such.
Good idea. The spirits walking along in the halls. Don't mind red paint color for the walls. It doesn't clash terribly. Well, I think rose gold would make a better carpet. Yeah, this is a new noble family for sure. This is the taste of someone who's never quite been at the top. They're doing their best to look.
I imagine they will recently come into possession of a great sum. This property grown.
Well, mind you, I've been dead for over 180 years. So, but considering the fact that my family had held fortune for over 1,000 years, held this property. Such a small house. To think that nobles are happy with these houses this small now. This wouldn't have sated me. I could fit 4 of these in mine. I miss people.
Kevin is just kind of quietly, what's the word? I just had that fucking word, damn it. He's kind of just quietly listening to the one-sided conversation when it pops up. Not really regarding it, that's why he's quietly regarding the one-sided conversation, just. You know what? I think we've got enough information on this. Let's see about heading down towards where the actual point of this is all at. What do you think? Downstairs? Ground floor? Probably out back?
Very well.
Look at this crest. Griswolds. Well, that should come into power.
Perhaps you should
So
draw a
cute.
figure of their crest before on.
Ah, yes. To which he begins doodling.
It just looks an interesting little crest. It looks like a teardrop. Looks like a teardrop inside of some sort of. What is that word? What are those things? Sextants.
Ah, interesting. Or
They
would,
seem to
would
have
it be
chosen.
the other way around?
Well, it looks like the teardrop is in the center of the sextant.
Oh, okay. I will be right back.
Will
Okay.
be. And they have a heater shield as their chosen shield to put their coat of arms on.
Interesting choice.
That's a lot. They were but simple mud farmers when I was last alive. Oh, how the mighty have fallen looking at me. Well, I suppose it's it did bring me endless joy to know that all the nobles of this land and this life are born of nothing. Maybe there's a reason. Yeah.
So, as we're walking around on the ground floor, Naibai will ask if, maybe they are able to get a muscle memory feel for where their old house used to lie.
You get a feeling for where the old house did used to lie, and they really weren't lying. As you kind of walk along and look all the way at the furthest end you can into the sitting room, that feels just kind of astronomically short in distance. And the spirit really wasn't lying about the sheer size of their former home. But you can also kind of feel s- sensation of where exactly to go.
Right into a wall.
Well, yeah, it leads you directly into a wall because the muscle memory isn't fine tuned enough. But it's like if you could go in a straight line, keep going this way would work.
There used to be a hall here.
That's kind of the feeling you get. But there is a hall to your right that's on the left side of the stairs. You can see servants kind of walking in and out and mumbling something to each other about unorthodox behavior.
We should go see what they're talking about. It might be our.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's go that way.
And thus they head towards the greenhouse.
I think Fiona and Beatrice were just about to head out of the greenhouse to come find, weren't they?
No, not when they get down
Or
here. You'd
okay.
just be getting done digging.
I'm glad you were keeping track of that because I was having a hard time making that make sense to myself. I was like, I don't get how this works.
We only spent like 20 minutes upstairs.
Yeah.
I have
Pretty-
good spatial awareness, not chrono awareness.
Well, you're not a chronomancer.
I'm a fucking cannon noodle. What do you expect?
Meanwhile,
I'm a bow
Chronomancer.
kitty.
meanwhile, the only chronomancer you know. Why do I feel like someone's talking shit?
The only one in that world, yeah.
Yeah, the one that actually worked out and has a family with a fucking Dulian.
Udahan.
Yeah, or well, no, it's not a. It's the Japanese one, the Japanese Grim Reaper. What the fuck is it called?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Shinigami.
Shinigami. Yeah. By the way, Leonard's wife is a Shinigami, and that's why he was so focused on staying around the Asia area. Because, you
That
know,
makes sense.
you kind of left that area to go have a happy life, and then the Englishmen were like, oh no, that's a foreign spirit, we have to kill it.
Leonard over there casually living in Asia underneath the rule of the Tokugawa Hoshima shogunate. This is fine. It's the colors are pink and gold. Who doesn't love this?
It's like, what could go wrong? Those are the best colors.
This is preferable to being ruled over by a lust snake.
Just
I mean, they're. I mean, the current shogun's technically their son, but you know that's fine.
It's fine. He's enjoying spending his days microfishing for Gobi.
Like
you're
Ricky over there. Hey, would you like some? Can I interest you in a couple of koi? Where the hell did you get that? Don't worry about it. What is that? That's a ship. What is that? It's a ship that fishes. Why is it made of metal? Because metal can float. I told all of you. Nobody listened to me. Well, there you go. Boom. Ship. Metal. It floats. You're welcome. Buoyancy achieved. How may I introduce you to the concept of the ballast tank?
Buoyancy.
Fucking Ricky over here making the first steel ships.
Making the first SS ships the designation for screw steamers. Also, civilian ship, even though it starts with a C, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what we call nautical nonsense, if you will.
It is kind of concerning.
Oh, sorry.
Ricky made himself a fishing ship with a big old crane and everything so he can be lazy.
Of course he did.
I mean, if you think about it, he spent over 100 years trying to work out the math himself with having zero understanding of how ships actually work. And he learned by doing, and also by solely populating the entirety of the edge of the reef area behind us house with failed ships.
I'll do it.
Well, they are now part of the reef.
Yes.
Well, you know, if you go fast enough.
True. Okay.
Where were we? Oh yeah, the party's all back together now.
Yeah, you just kind of come around the corner to people murmuring about, you know, these two weirdos that are just sitting there digging at something with a spade. Like a weirdo.
Naibai will walk up. What are you weirdos doing?
So Beatrice is gonna look up and say, "Oh, and good timing. We were just about to go find you."
We found this, but it's locked.
Is this the right area? She'll look up in a general direction. Maybe not even like at the actual spirit, just so that people don't think they're talking to them.
He's just kind of sitting. They can't see it, but he's just kind of sitting between Fiona and Beatrice with his face against the boards. Yep, smells like they're hiding actual nobility down there somewhere, but I don't know where.
Jesus. This is a snarky spirit.
Understand how above this nobility he is, or was, still technically is, because he's not dead per se. He's just not alive in the boring sense.
He's not dead, he's just not alive, gosh.
He's alive in a theoretical sense.
Leave it to a noble to somehow be snarky even when dead.
That's what they do! Nobles are snarky!
Then again,
Or
he's
sometimes they're horny.
the Noro in there just. So I really like the drapes up here that you got, and oh, is that marble for your fireplace? That's an uncanny choice.
What? No, don't make fireplaces out of marble. Don't.
Why?
No, it's just not a good idea.
He doesn't even know if it's marble. He's just trying to make idle conversation to deflect all of the advantages. Block, block. He's got his little Terry Crews going on right now.
Oh! Sorry.
Yes, those are wonderful
got
drapes. You should see the
power!
carpet. No, I don't want to. I think I've already seen
I do, but no.
it.
I'd rather not.
He can feel an icy cold stare all the way from the guild hall. Just eh.
Common misconception is that Norrell has sex with people. Norrell actually does not have sex with a single person other than the woman he loves. He just comes off that way, which bugs him.
He just comes off as a player.
Yes, because he's very charismatic. Dude, he's got 160 on his charisma. Come on now. What are you gonna do? Talk your pants off, and you don't know why they're off, but now he's got them and he's running away with them. Catch him. Basically, that's how he is. Norrell, I'm gonna talk you out of your pants so I can wear them, steal them, and go home.
Those pants would make an excellent cape.
Instantly. Da-da-da-da! Yes, it's a locked cellar, though. The spirit is already on the other side. Come on.
Who out of the current party, who weighs the most?
Not me.
Probably
Probably
Kevin.
Kevin.
Probably.
Kevin goes. Oh, he's gonna try the thing a few times. The door.
The
Oh
lock.
god, I'm probably breaking it horribly.
You were.
Sorry, I was getting food again. Kevin would kind of try to pry up on the cellar door a few times. There's probably stairs on the other side of this, and I'm probably about to twist my ankle. He'll say that and kind of just jump like a foot or two in the air, and just land square down in the middle of the door. Right, damn you!
Almost as if, oh, I'm happy to oblige. It was at that moment that Kevin knew he fucked up. There's that slow motion. You can hear the and snap, and then he goes, sliding down, possibly getting scratched up just a smidgen. Thank God he's got all that durable scales. Doesn't really do much other than the fact that it's not scratching because he's at that level where it's not gonna severely injure him or anything. Just gonna scrape like blunt trauma up him as he slides down the stairs all the way to the bottom with a thunk.
Worth it.
So the first thing he's gonna see is probably the silhouette of Beatrice's head as she peeks in.
Fion's
Doing
head.
okay down there?
I was right. There were stairs.
Um,
Oh my ass. I don't even know why I have this, and it hurts.
And so she'll follow him down carefully, stepping around any pieces of wood.
Fion would kind of look around before he starts walking down the steps.
It's not exactly a easy walk. You gotta kind of scoot your way down, and you gotta crouch walk.
Oh, Kevin will kind of dust himself up. We should probably tug something over the pit, or the hole that we just made to further get rid of it. Somebody go cover up the hole, like a big pot or something. I don't know.
Fion would head back up, and he's gonna search for like a big pot or like a sheet of wood.
Not a lot of that lying around. There's pots, but there are plants in those pots.
You're on your own, and Naibai will start walking down.
Maybe put them around the edge to block people from accidentally stumbling in.
Some of the staff are already curiously watching because they're not far away.
Just put one potted plant in front of it like a traffic cone or a slip sign.
Just making direct and aggressive eye contact as you step back into the hole.
I can just see it now. Fion's just got a couple of the plants like around the thing, and he's like, "If you saw anything,"
I mean,
and he's just sliding down into the hole.
There is a plant that's large enough you could just set it over the hole.
It just pulls it
One of
over the
these.
hole like a fucking secret hatch.
If you'd want to use that one.
Yeah, I think that's what Fion would do.
So this kind of thing has sort of a when you pick this one up, it's an interesting like flower that seems is like kind of the type that's closed up. It has like the half moon shape to its petals. And when you pick it up and you walk over and go to set it down, almost the moment you lean down, it kind of opens up and just kind of latches onto your forehead.
Ah,
Yump.
ah, 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 there's a flower attacking me! Help! Help! He doesn't want to drop it because he doesn't want to like get in trouble for breaking the plant. Say, ah, someone do something!
Well, put it down and then we'll help you.
He's gonna put it down softly.
And then Beatrice will begin. Basically, she'll go up and essentially pry it open.
It's not very hard, and it kind of left a little bit of like an acidy singe on his forehead, but nothing that won't heal up. It's very obvious this is some sort of carnivorous plant.
Cantivorous.
Cantankerous plant.
And while its jaw is pried open, it's very pretty, very colorful. You know, that thing that deceptive plants do to lure in prey by being really pretty and looking like they're vibrant and full of nectar.
Mhm.
And then it does that.
Mhm.
Yump.
Or like some plants do in the base game, where they look very sexual.
True.
Stop it!
Someone's
You're a
gonna
flower!
someone's gonna clip that and just play it back to us at some point. Like, where's the plant? Where's the plant creator? You said this plant existed in the base game. Where is it?
Where's a plant, DM?
I mean, some of those plants in this very greenhouse, just nobody was looking at the plants. You were looking for stuff on the ground.
Don't get horny for a plant. It only ends with thorns.
Fion's gonna kind of let everybody go down first, and then he's gonna climb down and pull the plant over the thing.
Yes, the
Pull the
plant
pot
that
over.
just was happy to try and eat you a moment ago.
A perfect guard plant.
It's lucky it didn't get rooted.
Sitting there with its fucking jowls open, waiting for something to land in its petals.
Just kind of.
That's the way to describe it. It's all one set of petals, but how it's designed, it has kind of like the base bottom petals, then smaller sizes of petals in the shape of like a card spade that you would see, and each little I guess you could say outline is a different color. It's specifically designed to lure in its food. It's like, ooh, look at all these pretty petals, and then it clamps down and acid murders and chews.
So it's like mimicking coneflowers.
Sorta.
Well, anyways, can anybody see?
You can only currently see the steps because that's the only light that's currently on.
Usually crypts have the torches lit already.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you guys can't see down here?
We still have to rely on light.
Oh, right.
Oh, I thought
Looks
that
like
was
a wine cellar. My best guess. Oh, okay. And the spirit will just kind of attempt to grab at Nye by his right arm, then remember stupid human arm, and then he'll grasp at the left one that he's able to give a tug to, slowly pull them over further into the dark.
Naibai
Here.
will reach out with their right arm towards the nearest fluff and pull them along.
Now, would that be Beatrice? I assume she's closer.
Uh, Probably. From the way it sounds, the order sounds like she'd be closest.
Okay, so if she's looking for fluff, she's probably gonna find Beatrice's tail. That is abundant in fluff.
I am being pulled this
Or
way.
Fion's mane.
And so Beatrice is going to grab Fiona by the wrist. This way.
Eh.
And so she will follow the tugs at her tail.
And everyone left.
Just like-
And everyone left the instructor at the top.
Just don't mind me. I'm just gonna follow my nose, I guess.
It's not hard to smell, the plant spit all over Fion's fucking head.
To which
It has
Kevin will
kind of
follow
a-
through.
Has kind of like a lilac scent to it. It's very strong.
Oh God. That means if it got a hold of you, that's lilac's paralytic. In origin of quantity, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a terrifying plant. Good thing it can't hurt you because you're so big.
I was gonna say, does his face feel numb or something?
No, thank God, because,
Wasn't exposed
somebody
to
tried
it
to get it off of you.
for long enough.
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
Shut up!
Eat me, Seymour.
Feed me.
Fucking
I'm
Wow.
hungry.
No! Okay,
Yeah.
getting past that literal little shop of horrors, could we, Kevin will return to Booper Snoot and follow along with Sniffs.
Alright. So, Naiba, you get led directly into a wall, just kind of thunk.
You just see a little pile up happening.
We need to go through this wall.
So Beatrice would have stopped when the pulling motion stopped. And then she's going to let go of Fiona and start feeling the wall.
Not everybody can pass through.
Can she find any thing to potentially open it?
In the darkness, you can feel.
Correct. So perception.
More like drunken groping, but yeah, I guess that would work.
Snarky DM noises.
So the grand total is 72.
Ah. You feel what is like a slightly forward pressed stone. Almost like it was offset a little bit.
A slightly indented one? Or out sticking out?
Slightly out sticking one. Protruding.
Okay,
I like
so
out
she's
sticking
going
better.
to kind of feel the edges of that and all that, and then she's going to cautiously push on it.
No, why would you push on it? You're supposed to pull it out and then start disassembling the wall. Now we can't.
You push on it and feels like nothing happens. And Naibai gets informed. Hey, it's great. You just gotta push that one in, and 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 that one
Naibai
in.
will start pushing where they're being directed to push.
Yeah. He's literally just using their left hand to guide them. There you go. Each and every time, just head pat. There you go. You're a good spirit listener.
Naibai will, for once, actually smile. Unfortunately, it's dark. No one can see it.
This has not been confirmed.
Yeah, only a spirit scene. Dion accidentally pushes a stone just because he's existing there, and he decides, I'm a lean. There you go.
Why?
Because you helped because you were
No.
being lazy.
What do you
Fuck, fine, don't help then. Never
No,
mind,
I
you didn't
wanna
open the
help.
stone.
Fine, jeez.
Not too late now, jeez, God, you're so mean.
Is he going to feel for anything in the dark? Or is he
Is
just
Fiona gonna
listening?
feel? Or just listening to people's hands plap against the stone?
Just
Hey, he's got them kitty eyes. He can kind of see.
yeah, you can see like a CRT TV camera from the 30s.
Oh God!
dark,
Dark.
fuzzy, and everything's in black and white.
Yeah, dark vision does not mean perfect vision. It means you can
Yeah.
see, not that it's any good.
Not that you
Yeah,
can
I
see
have
well.
dark vision. Oh, congratulations, you have dark vision? Now you now have the same fucking quality as a 1978 CCTV feed at a security center in a mall.
Fuzz
Oh
and static
Lord, this is
included.
rude.
Occasionally the screen will go black for no reason.
What's it like to look at everything in 240p?
No.
240p
I'm
with
in
scan lines.
Minecraft! Ah!
What's
With scan lines. You forgot the scan
Oh
lines.
god, the scan
Yeah.
lines that you can see.
Yeah.
What's it
we grew up in that era. God damn.
What's it like seeing everything 180p at 30 frames a second?
Like playing TF2 on launch day.
God, talking about potato face.
Alright.
Remember when HD was just considered 1080?
Yeah.
Still is.
Yes.
1080 is still considered HD. Standard HD.
Okay, my 2080 my monitor's like, oh, you want to watch in 1080? I guess that'll be kind of good enough, but I prefer if you stream everything in native 2080, please.
I prefer if you
Fucking-
streamed everything in 1440 upscaled.
I want 4K Ultra HD, DDDDDR, DDDDR, QLED.
QLEDs are fucking gorgeous. Don't even try me,
God,
boy.
yes. They fucking are. Alright, moving on. So does Fiona actually help, or is he just listening to people plap on the walls?
No, he's gonna help.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to beat my roll, but give me a roll anyways to see if you can click a rock.
What kind of roll?
Perception.
Insert roll here.
Just
Perception.
you're feeling around in the dark with your drunken gropes trying to find something, but yeah, perception.
Like, do you find rock or do you find boob?
64.
Yeah, you found a rock and you pushed it in. And between the three of you, it took you about 10 minutes of feeling a wall in the dark. But eventually, kind of concerned because there's a rumble happening underneath your feet.
Uh-oh.
And then you can feel the wall in front of you just shake a little bit as it does something. And then the temperature drops dramatically and the stench gets stagnant.
Oh.
Stagnant air. Is it like stagnant water or just air?
Mixture of both, as is apparent, because once
Ugh.
this wall is done dropping, as if by fucking magic, sconces will start lighting up audibly. You can hear the. You can see the first two on either side of what's on the other side of this wall, which you realize is about 7 feet thick of stone, and it seems to be some sort of artisan hewn stone stairwell going straight down, and not obviously straight down, but going down. And there's very large braziers down at the bottom of it after about 100 steps, and every 10 or so feet there's sconces that have a very pale light blue fire in them. The spirit will exclaim, "Hooray! My tomb!" Well, not my tomb, my family tomb.
Naibai is going to take their sling belt off and put it around their head, covering one eye, so that they don't go permanently, like, sun blind when they have to go between dark and light areas.
Ah, she's smart doing the fancy thing. I don't know if Beatrice knows about this. Ivy might have
Fiona
mentioned
would
it,
not know about
but
this.
yeah, I don't know if she would know.
Kevin knows about this because he remembers Noro's uh, complexly relationship male friend that is doll told him about the pirate trick of covering one's eyes so you're not left helpless when you transition from dark to light.
To which Kevin is simply closing one eye. And also has ceased all tongue clickies because, dear God, it stinks.
The reason I
So
say it smells like a mix of both, by the way, you can immediately see as this stairwell goes down, and there's the two large braziers. Those are sitting at the beginning of a path that just kind of branches off to the left and to the right, and one in the center. And on either side of any of these paths looks like a stagnant pool of water. But that water does seem to kind of slowly start to churn a little bit.
Oh no.
So Beatrice, let's see, would she? Yeah, I guess she would probably notice Naibai doing this with her sling belt thingy.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so she's going to kind of look at her and she's like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh, it helps you when you have to transition from a light place to a dark place. This is a light place.
Oh, okay. And so she'll pause for a moment, considering her options, and then she will reach down and take the belt that is about her middle that is not really doing anything. She is wearing two belts.
Kingdom Hearts style.
Basically, she was wearing the one as a bra, and then she was just given a shirt. So she's wearing that shirt, and then she had it about her waist to keep it narrow looking. Whereas the other one is just kind of in her skirt. It's not really necessary either, but um, anyway, so she will take the one that is just holding the shirt closer to her body, and she will uh, basically do the same thing where she'll wrap it about her head and attempt to cover one eye with it. This feels weird.
It is a bit strange until you get used to it. The loss of
Maybe I
depth
should
perception can
hide.
be the loss of depth perception can be troublesome as well.
Oh, let's see.
There isn't anything in that water that would be dangerous, is there?
Bacteria.
That's well, yeah, that definitely. Considering
There's
its
no
tail.
there's no creatures in the water if that's what they're scared about. In fact, finding this place is nice.
There is nothing alive down here in the water that you should worry about.
Okay. So she will relax just a little bit, knowing that there's nothing uh, waiting in there. No guardian creatures.
Naibai will start making their way down, looking over the walls and the sconces. Be meeting any of your distant relatives or family members down here?
Oh, who knows? It all depends on who they decided to bury here with me and who all they decided to burn and erase from the history books.
Naibai will look left and right as the path.
Left first.
Left first, and she will start walking that way.
Beatrice, being next, will follow along.
Kevin's still bringing up the rear, and to which he will attempt to mark the wall with something.
Fionn would follow along with them, just kind of looking around. First, crypt, huh? Or this tomb.
It is
Either or.
It is a crypt. It is privately owned.
Privately owned. And the spirit just, ignoring the fact that there's water just standing on it and rubbing the wall as he walks along, all the way up. Privately crafted. 8-foot clearance at the most. Hand carved by the finest dwarf artisan that family could have. Place for true nobles of the royal line to be buried.
Naibai is
But-
just conveying this to the group.
It's
Hmm.
beautiful.
Sounds like it costs a pretty copper.
Do remember that the person who owns this crypt had a property times the size of the one we were just in.
I'm aware.
They'll come to a stop at the very first, very large casket that's up a very small flight of steps, and what looks like has a small statue of whomever it was standing off to the head of it, and the large flag of the crest of this family light across it and ever so respectfully pinned to it at the corners. Uncle Braemar was buried here, put to rest. First man ever climbed the Eyrie in Hygravar. First man ever to die to a dragon in Hygravar. First man ever to also kill a dragon in Hygravar. He was a very stubborn bastard. Good hunter. Buried with his axe.
I imagine it was rather difficult to recover the remains if he fought a dragon.
It wasn't too hard, mostly because he used his axe to encase himself in ice and made sure that it died as it swallowed him. The real tricky part was getting him out of the ice without breaking him.
Ice was used. Very clever.
Alright,
Yep.
so what were we looking for down here?
You can see draped over this tomb the family crest that we're looking for. It would be a good idea to draw what we can of it if we need a replica later. Cannot find a physical medium.
Is the fiber on, or is the crest on this thing? Is it embossed at all?
It is embossed with gold and silver.
Oh, perfect.
And it probably punches holes in it if you look at it wrong.
Probably. I was gonna say cloth that old is not very resilient.
Mm.
Well, it's worth
Kevin.
mentioning that technically, it's worth mentioning that the crest itself has an outline of silver and the cloth itself is gold thread.
Hmm. Well,
Still doesn't last up after this long.
I mean, age affects all things, but yeah, gold is pretty
Everything
resilient.
gets
well,
still kind of.
Kevin reconsiders. He was going to try to do the impressioning, whatever the fuck it's called.
Impression drawing.
Yeah, he's gonna try that.
Well,
but he just opts to sketch it. He's getting fancy too. He even lightly dabbed his finger on his tongue to try to smudge some of the lines out to make him look nicer.
Dip, 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 dip.
Okay, Picasso.
Now, excuse me for dragging you through this crypt, but I haven't seen my family tomb in full confession since the Civil War that split the country and subsequently wrested power for the people in their empress as they deserved. In fact, I tried to get down here, but thanks to you, you just broke a magical seal that keeping me out for 306 years. To be precise.
Oh, it's quite alright. Family is very important.
Quite important, even if most of them hate my guts. Okay. Then around the corner to the right we go. Oh, the water's flowing, which means seal being broken, the magic's connecting. And that means we should be passing that. And he'll point off for Naibai, the first to see the literal, what looks like an artificial waterfall in the center region of the crypt.
Naibai will mention that the water has begun flowing.
Is this a good thing? I hope it's a good thing.
Naibai will round the corner without answering.
Keep this in mind. Our guide is being snarky.
To the
I mean, if we
Is this
have
just
to,
like a 90-degree turn, by the way?
yeah, it is 90 degrees.
It's kind of a 90-degree.
If we have to
Just
escape, so far we haven't had to go back up in our travels, so all of it's a straight shot upwards. I'm pretty sure we could make it if this place starts flooding.
Yeah.
I wasn't even considering flooding. Shit. I was considering needing to run from some kind of Draugr-esque abomination that's being trapped down here.
I mean, drowners can pop up in a puddle of water, so you never know.
Those are worse too.
That was Uncle Greymar. That's Uncle Gildmar, and there's Stala. There's Tavorta. And Terra. Ah,
I'm
we had a
glad.
lot of female members.
I'm glad none of our party members are kleptomaniacs, and Naibai will look back just in case.
Fionn is just kind of looking at things.
Basically, this is definitely a crypt full of what would be considered by by medieval times as the honored dead. In
There's
the
some
entire
serious loot here, but nobody's touching it because we're not douchebags.
Nobody's touching anything. Fionn's
Then we
just looking.
take another right here, another left, straight shot. There's me, and they'll gesture to a very humble little casket of their own. Doesn't have a giant statue or anything. In fact, it has its own inscriptions and ancient text. Doesn't even have the family crest on it.
You weren't kidding when you said your family was not fond of you.
It's mostly because they wanted to remain in power when my beloved and I tore us in half. They wanted to be supremacists, as it were, and keep everyone in an iron grip. I wanted us to rule as an emperor and empress should, ruling an empire for its people, keep it alive. And I sided with the adventurers instead of the clergy. You spend almost 2,000 years as a family in power thanks to the theocracy to be usurped by adventurers. They did not like me at all. In fact, this inscription reads, "Here lies the bastard betrayer of our blood. May his soul burn in eternal damnation."
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say.
Okay?
So then, this is the tomb in which we are to procure the crest.
You may tear my casket asunder and steal what you must from my corpse.
Well, it wouldn't be stealing if we gave us permission.
True.
And Naibai will start to feel around the lid of the casket to see if there's any handholds for lifting it, or if they're gonna have to break it open.
There are, in fact, handholds.
Alright, we're
Well,
doing this
actually,
the easy
there's
way.
handholds on all four sides of it. It's a very heavy casket lid.
I may need assistance.
So Beatrice is going to move over there and find a spot to grasp the handles. Come back.
Kevin would sidle up to one of them as well.
Hold on. Are you talking? I think he's having that issue where he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Could
Yeah.
be a positive. I hate that fucking bug.
Yeah.
You may need to restart his whole device if that's the case.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Ah,
Okay, now we
Can
can.
you hear me now?
yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good.
Fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So yes, we are all taking spots around the casket to lift the lid.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we lift this, where are we going to set it?
Off to the side somewhere. How about like over there? And so she'll kind of point to a spot with enough room, if there
There
is
is
one.
enough room. Oh, this is stuck at the back. There's enough room just to toss it. There's no fancy water treatment or nothing. They essentially put his casket in a little alcove just because he happens to be related.
One of the dead branches of the family tree. Got it.
hmm And yet he still remembers the names of every single one of the people in this crypt.
Alright, so everyone heave ho.
Yerk.
So Beatrice will do exactly that as soon as she hears heave. She will begin to lift.
Do we need to make rolls or no?
Now, there's enough of you that you're able to
Okay.
lift it up and slide it off. Evan's strong boy, don't worry.
He has that noodle strength.
Alright.
Yes.
What do we find
You can toss
inside
them.
besides a body?
You find a headless skeleton inside.
Ah,
That's rough.
That's my. That would probably be the doing of my grandmother. Reach inside my chest. That's where they would have shoved my. Because I don't have a heart.
Naibai will do just that, reaching in behind what remains of the chest cavity after this long. It's
Pretty much, there's no meat.
It's pretty
Just
much
all bone and
Yeah,
dust.
I don't even know if
I
there'd
know,
be
but
bones
still.
left. Like the cartilage would even dissolve at this point.
Oh yeah, no, you
Just-
would touch it and it'd make like rattle me bones noises and fall apart a little bit.
The only thing left now, once you've disturbed it, is just the amulet with the a very old crest, but not a lot of people remember it. It is the original crest of technically the second royal family, which is the current ruling royal family.
This crest has a chain on it.
It has, what's left of a chain. And the only thing that's really technically left of it is the stone itself that has the crest of it, which looks like it's been in laser engraved into the gemstone.
Oh, cool.
And you're holding a very shiny, it's kind of a pearlescent yellow stone with a little bit of a bluish colored symbol carved into it in that manner and laser engraved on the inside. There you go. That's all you need to prove that you at least know the royal family. The real family. Skystones fall once every few thousand years, but they usually always fall when there's a end of a great famine or drought, so we figured it appropriate that our original and first crest would be that of a good sign, that we wouldn't be bad rulers. I was supposed to be more than I am, but here I am, in this crypt. Well,
We all can ever only do what we have access to. You did what you could.
it cost me my life, but I ensured that a royal family that would care about its people was put in power, even though I never got to lead it like I hoped. Well, I guess I'll just hang out then until you go all the way to the capital. Then I'll do something. Please don't sell that. I mean, it'd be worth a fortune. It would pay for anything you need for the rest of your multitudes of lives, but please don't.
I wouldn't sell it. At most, I would have it placed in a brand new necklace, and that to keep it close to my person so I wouldn't lose it, and then I would return it to you. Or at least your
There's no
physical
need.
body.
Oh, there's nothing left of that, really. I really should have become a necromancer or some sort of lich like I was promised I should have been. But maybe that's also why my family hated me. I wasn't willing to use dark and forbidden magics to control people.
So Beatrice, after hearing Naiba's comment, like, you could always put it in your inventory and lock it for the time being.
It's true.
By having not really considered that growing up without much use of the inventory system will kind of, oh, and do just that.
I'm assuming you can find your way out then.
Do we want to put this cover back on for now?
Nah, y'all don't have to worry about that. Let my stink make the honor dead.
uh, they say it's quite alright to leave it how it is.
Okay. Then I guess, now what?
We should perhaps surface before we all catch something.
Well,
That would be a good idea.
that's the only casket up there. Point to one of them that has itself covered in a crimson cloth that you could catch anything that'll last a eternity from.
Yeesh.
What yeesh?
But no, that's me as a player going yeesh.
Oh, I thought that was nigh by going yeesh.
Oh, if Naibai is speaking, I do the soft girly voice.
Okay.
The you voice.
That, yes, I turn off the translator.
You should.
No.
I really should do
Sacred
more
voice.
voices where I don't have it turned on.
Yes.
Then my software just kind of sucks. But hey, it was
You just need to tune
pretty
it
good.
better.
I
At
made
least you
mine.
have
Grant Jr.
software.
Mine's all like mechatronicsy and physical and shit. I don't do the code stuff.
We'll see. Okay. There you go.
Moving on.
Continue on. Naiba is the only one that can hear all this commentation,
Yeah.
though, technically, but job, babe. Done a thing.
So Beatrice, wanting to basically get to a nice, safe spot away from potential hazards, is going to start making her way back, following the path that they had taken before.
Naibai will follow. And when they get to the secret passage door, Naiva is going to ask if there's a way to reset it, or if they just want to leave it open.
Oh, I suppose we should let them go and sleep. Hate to have anybody come and catch sickness or, heaven forbid, open up Sengua's crypt and catch what she had. To close it, it's quite simple. There's just this singular brick on the other side of the wall. Give it a good slap and then run through.
Naiva will inform the others that the door will close on its own, but the close it is on the other side.
So Beatrice will make sure that she gets herself out of the way so that this can be accomplished.
Takes a few seconds for it to actually do it, so it could be fine. Unless you're slow.
Naiva is going to hype it up anyways.
Kevin would step through. By the time they got back to the door, he'd step himself through, just like, I'm not getting my tail stuck in no damn door.
Leon, I'm pretty sure that does hurt, doesn't it? Just kind of followed along with everybody.
It's literally my spine.
Yes, I'm aware of that. We'll have one too.
Wait a minute, does Cleo not have a tail?
No.
He's got a shield, doesn't he? Oh,
Why
does he?
doesn't he?
Huh?
Why doesn't he?
Naiba has a reason for not having an arm. Why don't you have a tail?
His
I just
mother
didn't
has a
really think he
tail.
had one.
Well,
Why?
He took from
One
he
of
took from
them
Alana then.
do. Yeah, I was gonna say he probably took from Alana the tail. Just got the floofy mane from Mama.
He cut Alana's ass in his mom's mane.
Alright, well.
So Naiba is gonna get all into like a ready stance and look between the button and the exit, and then push it real quick, make sure it actually activates, and then sprint through, and then look back as it's only risen like an inch.
Almost got you there. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep now because I can feel the gaze of the nosies looking at me.
I believe
Best of
that's
luck
what
getting out.
I believe that's what's commonly referred to as physical comedy.
Yes, I believe so.
Kevin would apply a head pat. Well played.
Naiba will just look up at that hand quizzically.
Not saying this is a bad thing, but you're an odd one.
I am from a faraway land. My customs are different to you.
This is true.
We should go.
That's not.
Nods.
Okay, I guess Naiba is leading the way then.
Who moves the plant?
Naiba is gonna move the plant from underneath, and as soon as she lifts it enough that she can slide it, she will do so and slide it out of the way, keeping it at fingertip distance.
Plant seems to have a small bird in its mouth.
Just small, sad squeaking.
Phelan just kind of look at the plant and rub his forehead.
I guess
So
that was
Beatrice
the-
will emerge as well. Like, is there a way we could repair this door?
I know of the existence of some magics that do it. I am unaware if anyone in our group. You could say that someone just fell
Sure,
through.
magic could do.
Distant laughter. I'm just saying the words distant laughter.
There's concern.
Well, yeah, we could do what Naibai said. We could say that one of us fell through, which technically one of us did.
Yeah, I'm heavy. I didn't realize it was there, and we'll work on it.
Vion would take the spades and put them back to where he found them.
And what of the plant? Naibai doesn't know where it was.
Vion will kind of look at the plant and just kind of put it back where it was. If you bite me, I'm to pull you out.
The plant just kind of slowly slurps the foot hanging out of its mouth in there, completely sealing the bird's fate.
He'll just set the plant down where he found it and
Damn thing's
Alright.
eating a pigeon.
Oh,
Kevin
well,
has sketched
okay.
out. Kevin has sketched the foot out of mouth scene from this from the plant, just like. "Ugh. I will keep this in mind. I have not run across those, save for maybe twice.
It's a pigeon, nobody cares.
Alright, so should we go and get Noro before he ends up being molested?
Oh, yeah, we probably should go save him.
Vion would start heading to the place where they first met. Well, where they first gathered in the house.
How the fuck did he wind up in this universe?
Um,
I don't know, just looking at some background stuff. And I was doing a roll for some background peep, and I'm like, how?
I don't know.
Concentrated force of will.
Probably, who knows?
Naibai.
as they're walking back, by the way, Kevin's gonna kind of scrawl up some what looks to be notes of everyone's performance and try to figure out a way to make it seem like they totally weren't there for ulterior motives. I mean, they do have an extremely valuable amulet on Naibai's person now, so
In their inventory.
it's on the inventory's on your person. But point being, to avoid getting searched. Let's go save Noro.
Vion's already started walking that way.
Naibai's also following.
Yes, so is Beatrice.
And Kevin just realized he got his ass left behind because he was sketching. He was writing in his notebook. Damn it!
This keeps happening.
I'm not good at multitasking.
Maybe develop like a photographic memory so you go back in your memory and sketch things later.
I have about 15 years of getting used to these fucking leg noodle things attached to me. You
What if you
guys
had
have
a
had your
camera?
entire lives. You know, you're not allowed to make sense.
Like,
quiet.
Great.
Kevin, I got a question for you.
Hmm.
I understand you like to draw things and all, but if you got a camera, so you don't have to draw everything, you could just take a picture and kind of slap it in your book.
Yeah, but I'd have to spend money.
No,
Cameras
But then it's money that I wouldn't have.
can be expensive.
well,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's got enough to buy a cheap one.
With as tight wadded and simultaneously bad with money as I am, you would be surprised how little money I do have.
Kind of shrugs.
That being said,
needs half of it.
you do have a point. I'll see about keeping an eye open for one.
Fascinating. You're married. Weird.
Hmm?
To each other's company.
All three of us are fine, thank you.
Oh, thank you. My coffee's hot.
Coffee's hot. Go get your coffee, I guess.
I'll go get it in a second. Kevin will kind of step into the room, pulling out his notebook again. So, basic searching of the premises shows that you have a very reasonable level of security that will keep your average crook, or what's the word of that? Yes, average ne'er-do-well out. I do recommend maybe a little bit better security in the greenhouse, but that is simply because, well, I stepped on a unseen wooden door in the floor, kind of leading into a dark pit. I would recommend some masonry work to cover that up, because, I mean, I can't imagine anyone else here is as heavy as I am, but, you know, I stepped on it, I fell through partway. Figured I'd mention it.
He's just heavy. That's where we keep seeds, so I don't think we'll cover it up, but we'll look into... I suppose having a metallurgist make a metal plate.
That would be better, because then it would still allow for functionality of the space if necessary. That being said, I've come to retrieve our good friend Noro here, so that we can go on and provide more security consultations to other nobles in the area.
He's so charming. And dense. Oh, trust me, it ain't density. Willingness.
He is that. Thank you for aiding the guild, and have a nice day.
I'll be putting in one of those. So you fucking won't.
Did you say we were doing these consultations for free today?
Just in this case, as it is a training event.
Thank you for allowing us to use your lovely home.
How do those special requests work again? Go.
Snickery snake noises. Leon, it's time to leave. We are literally leaving the lion's den.
Hey, what do those work anyway?
Too young.
Somebody puts in a request for special.
Yeah, you are too young. Not just yet. It's it's guild policy. You'll see.
A special
Fancy
request
one.
for a very special job. It requires a very specific criteria that can only be met by specific people with certain qualifications that are very unique. Sort of a tailor-made request board.
Mhm.
They need something like... You need like a specific class of a specific experience level. Someone that you don't really trust somebody too weak. But you don't want somebody too strong. Get them.
Kevin kind of elbow Noro on the ribs. Yeah, like a salami man, sir.
Ah,
Eh,
yeah.
Oh,
Again, too young.
I still think the idea of naming
Um,
NPC wizards after is hilarious. This is the Grand Vizier, Viagra. He
God damn
brings
it.
back the dead.
Viagra.
Yeah,
missing something. And Fionn would just keep walking.
yeah, that's why she's trying to put in a request. We need to go.
Wait, what did he say?
He's like,
I'm
am I
missing
missing something?
Oh yeah.
People really be out here afraid of the Pfizer vaccine when it's made by Viagra.
Well, I don't want to be sick and have a 4-hour erection. That just seems inconvenient.
I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they can keep the alive.
Like I said, I don't want to be sick and have a boner. It's just awkward. Dehydrated enough, thank you.
Speaking of dehydration, I'm going to get myself another drink.
Yes, coffee, because diuretics. Be right back.
Ah, well. Water break, I guess.
See. Huh.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure my Discord didn't die out. Alright, so what are we doing now? Bye.
Good question. I suppose the next step we'll have to wait until we are able to leave the city, isn't it? And again, Dark could be getting water.
Probably.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I suppose we should make ourselves look like we aren't a bunch of homeless people who murder monsters for fun.
Back.
Well, we're not exactly homeless. We have the homes at the hill. And back home. And yeah, well, you know.
Well, yes. Helpful to have a those something that would
Yes,
allow
that
us
could-
to blend in with.
Oh, you kids want to know what it's like to blend in with nobles?
Well, you see,
Ah.
first things first, you need to get a butt plug.
You know, if we're gonna be dealing with nobles, I might just let Dahl go with you on that one. He knows what he's doing.
Oh,
And
it'd
he
be-
actually sleeps with everyone, by the way. I don't.
I have to rib you a little bit.
I know, but you know me. A one-woman man.
This is true.
So Beatrice, now that there's no need for it, she's going to take her belt and return it to its semi-proper place about her middle.
Naibai will just swap the part of her face that's being covered by the belt.
I like to point out that there's no way in hell you would have been able to find that place if you literally didn't have a dead guy who knew exactly where it was.
Oh yeah, especially the wall combination.
Yeah,
That was like 40 buttons.
17. There's well been 40.
Yeah.
You
Well, a
can't
17-digit code, good
Okay.
lord.
Boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop. Okay, there we go. I let the noise out, and it feels good. Arm itches. Scratch. Now that you've done that, spent pretty much half the day there.
All right.
Jeez. Did a thing. Now you just have to wait 3 days before you can leave town.
Yes.
We have
Maybe
provided a
people-
service times 2.
I should actually see about the special request board, though. Increase my proficiency some more.
I think I'm good to go and go somewhere to practice my archery.
Go
I've got this
to
bow and I haven't even shot it once.
the archery range with the other adventurers.
He's got you there.
You do realize we have the guild has on-site training facilities for most forms of combat, don't you?
Sure.
We even have open sparring pits.
Cool. And where exactly is the archery range?
Go to the second floor and buy some pain pills. Then you go back down. I'm messing with you. You go to the second floor, you go around the corner, past the shops, and you go down the stairwells that lead out to the back. Well, yard, as it will be called. I don't know what people call it. I call it the backyard because it's in the back and it's a yard, technically, even though it's enormous. But you can see it. It is off to the leftish side. I don't know the direction. You'll see it. It's the place with all the giant, distant things to shoot at.
All right, so second floor, out and about to the back, off to the left.
You'll be able to see it. Trust me. There's a great archer who's still here. You'll notice still. They'll be standing at the back door, probably firing at things to practice.
And you can probably also follow the sound of the thwomp of a bow being fired.
Or
Okay.
the weird shattering glass noise that magical arrows make when they get fired.
I don't like those.
Well, I've got this bow I've got is a kind of a starting bow for me to become a spell arrow.
Well, you have to find an instructor. And you'll have to be the right level. Not that easy to class up, little man. Cat.
I think I'm the lowest level out of everyone here.
But in the party? Yeah, probably. Okay.
Beatrice is going to pull up her thing and look at it real quick. Yep. And then she'll put it back away.
But everyone starts somewhere. The spell archers are. You guys start slow, but man, when you fucking get there, you give us cannon lancers a run for our money.
Right. Practice.
I do with half a day. Oh, I could check on the silkworm.
You could. Chandra will wave at Kevin as they walk by. That's also Mob. Just, bye! You guys were slow and you missed it. Bye.
What did we miss?
What?
I think that Sugoi gentleman keeps rubbing off on him. Bye.
That seems appropriate.
Chandra will just whisper in Noro's ear. Oh, okay. Disciplinary action.
What?
An elite was bullying lower ranks, and he raised his hand at the staff and was promptly thrown out of a window by Suyoi and reminded that the difference between them is like heaven and earth.
Oh,
Needs to say he's currently in the infirmary for starting a fight with an osmium and getting hit with a Tempest Fist Barrage.
oh.
Oh,
Speaking of
God.
infirmary, should we never mind. Talk about it later.
Should we what?
Kevin, the person that we found.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider
I
Fellow.
forgot about
Let me see how he is.
shoot. Yeah, no, I forgot. Where is he? Go get him.
Fionn would head to the infirmary to see if that person was there.
Well, I'm gonna go help Scylla on all the paperwork she no doubt has. You guys know where the infirmary is?
Aye.
I'm sorry.
I believe we visited a couple of times.
Would you like me to bring back one of your toes?
Nah, I'm pretty sure that they put that in food already.
They put the what?
Don't worry about
They,
it.
Please tell me he's joking.
So, where do you think this guy's at? Probably not in the ICU anymore.
Well, they probably took care of his more serious injuries already.
Mhm. So, do you think he'd be in like just a general recovery room, something?
That
As
would
soon
be
as
my
you walk,
intention.
just as soon as you walk in, just fucking out of nowhere, there's just y'all coming to butt in with the young ones. You all missed it. Can't believe you were gone. Did you see him beat him in half?
What?
What'd we miss?
Yo, about Suyoi. He had to discipline someone. It was beautiful and also terrifying.
I've only seen him fight once, and it was not for very long.
Well, they tried to put up a defense, but he did that thing where he grabs them with four hands and the other four just pelt them over and over again. Like very large rocks covered in fiery wind and rain. It's also why
Sounds
the
painful.
backyard is currently a torrential mess and just covered in mud and torn grass. Anyways, best of luck to you. I'm gonna go make fun of him. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna go get food. That was Dahl, the man with the pyrite colored hair. And
Hmm.
what looks like a cutlass on his back?
Fucking pyrite is a confusing color because it's like two different colors in one.
It
Yep.
is.
Kevin knows what Suyui can do when he's fighting, is why he's just, oh.
Do you all know what a hammer mill is?
No.
It's a piece of industrial equipment that oftentimes mines and sometimes large-scale farming groups will use. It's a bunch of big, heavy-duty metal hammers, hence the name, that spin and are made to slam up and down repeatedly on something to be hammered and milled. That's kind of what Suyoi does. Just painful, blunt trauma application for way too long sometimes. Well,
But he's
he's very, very strong.
well, with him being in Osmium, I would say he's exponentially more powerful than any of us here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he's such a nice guy too.
That he is.
Well, that's
Group
a good
gets
thing.
So how the infirmary is, there's essentially the front 3 or 4 divided walls are just general care, and the back is slightly more beds, but it is the intensive care. And you can hear on deeper into it, I'm so sorry I lost my temper. I don't know what came over me. But then in the general care area, there is in fact your sleeping beauty. Just lied there, comfortably enjoying a warm bed. And they're just sitting up eating a meal as one of the nurses reads them something.
Pheon would kind of nudge Kevin. There he is.
He looks a lot
Beatrice
better than when we
would
found him.
kind of make her way over. She's kind of smiling warmly, happy to see he's doing better. And she'll just kind
Pheon
of give
would,
him a friendly wave as she goes.
Pheon would follow behind her.
Oh,
Not to him.
hey.
Looking a bit better than when we found you last time, man. How's it going?
Guess it's going alright, you know. It's going as well as it can, I suppose. Finding out that I'm the only one in my family alive. Kind of a trauma. Not really sure how I feel about it right now.
Well, the guild will help you with that. Plenty of plenty of services available to help with that sort of trauma. Not necessarily my specialty.
Yeah, no, they've been telling me I need to tell them this and that, but just told them all I can. Told them everything I could. It's not exactly like anything I can really think of that I need to do. It's not one of those things I want to talk about with random people right away. I know they're trying to help, so I'm not mad at them, but I don't have much to say. This kind elven lady here has been sweet enough to read me novels every day since I got better. So 2 days I've been getting read delightful novels, and glad that they chose lighthearted and happy novels instead of somber ones like I used to read. Yeah, good food though.
Oh,
Yes, the food is very good.
Well, the chef heard about me what happened, and he made sure that he made me something extremely special. I've never had this whatever this casserole is, but it's really good.
our chefs are nothing short of miracle workers, especially with the amount of food they
Yeah.
pump out, and it tastes as good as it does.
Yeah. And
Oh,
at least I don't look like that other guy that they wrote in here a little while ago.
uh, disciplinary action. Yeah, don't do anything dumb, and you won't end up like him.
I'd never do anything to piss off the guy that came in here saying he was sorry. The dude was freaking huge and terrifying. He probably craps bigger than me.
Well, you're probably not wrong, but Suyoi is an absolute sweetheart.
I,
He's not
he
afraid
is.
to smack some face around, but that's most of us.
And he
I
gave
don't.
us candies too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably where, and he'll kind of reach under his pillow and pull out a little bowl full of hard candies. Sorry where they got all these that they gave me.
I,
That's Suyoi.
that's
Gentle giant though. You can leave. Don't have to sit there and awkwardly wait. I'll pick back up tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
And Beatrice is going to also wave at the nurse that's leaving.
So
Um.
I don't know if you heard or if they're keeping you up to date, but as a just kind of a courtesy thing, they are looking into the events that led us to find you, and we're going to try to find out as much information as we can and get an idea of why what happened. Think of it as
Yeah.
some closure.
A really scary elf lady with glasses and teachers came in like a day and a half ago and sat down and was extremely polite though and very sweet with me and explained and let me cry for a whole 20 minutes when I started talking, got that off my chest, and they explained everything, and they said that I can stay here for as long as I need to recover. Obviously, I'm not going to take advantage of the generosity. I plan to get on my feet and then go downstairs like they told me about. I can and put an application in.
Well, we'll be glad to have you. It's not every adventure starts as a or that every adventure here doesn't exactly start off on good or bad footing. It's kind of a mixed bag for everyone. But we'd be
Well, my
happy.
dad always admired you guys. He said it takes a unique breed of person to go and sign up for a dangerous job like this without any compensation whatsoever promised beforehand, and to do it for decades of their life without ever bitching at everybody about it.
I,
Has its perks. Mainly good food.
Good food, a lot of cute girls, which I don't know.
Yes,
I
there
just hope
there
that
are some of those.
there is a
yeah,
lot of. Be quiet before I shoot my mouth off too much.
there's a lot of what. Go ahead and
Well, there's a lot of. I'm just going to say that a lot of people here, uh, boys and
yeah.
girls.
Oh, you're like my little brother was.
He's not picky.
Wrong with that. At least in Il Romana in this country, we just care about do you love someone? We don't care what they have down there.
That's the important part.
That is the important part. Yeah, I might have been raised in the woods by a literal woodland family, but my father always told us that things he won't tolerate is discrimination because somebody isn't human, and discrimination because somebody loves somebody else. Same exact, whatever they are. I don't know. I was like 7 when he told me that, but it stuck with me. Stuck with me for a while. Anyways, thanks for finding me. Kind of bleeding out. I got gored by one of those fuckers, but I killed 3.5 of those bastards.
We saw your handiwork. You definitely put it to him.
I
Yeah,
Yes, I think you'll definitely find a good spot here.
not bad for somebody that's never shot a whatever the hell that was. Dad called it a boomstick. He said he got it from a traveler who said it'll keep your family safe. Never shot that before. I've only used the knife to really whittle. That adventurer told me, what to do with it. He said, aim the boomstick at the widest part of something's body, pull the trigger, and if something gets on top of you, go directly for its neck as with the knife and don't stop until it stops rattling. That adventurer okay? Did you guys get him out?
We don't know what happened to him, so maybe my theory is he's the one that got away and
Yeah.
put
He
in
was
the
a really
request.
he was a mean son of a bitch is all I know. He was injured. He still managed to save my little sister, but not our baby. Not my baby sister. He saved her. He got her out of a window and told her to run. And then
In that case,
remember that
maybe
hog?
she. I wonder if she survived and put in the request. Somebody had to put in the request.
All I know is he's a tough son of a bitch to get his calf chewed out by a hog and turn around and spin its head around to face him.
Oof. Well,
He tried
either
to
way,
save everybody though. They told me what they'd seen. Well, hogs will do that when they're hungry or angry. Omnivores, after all. But, just glad to know that so many of them are lie dead on that property.
oh yeah, our group here put a few of them down that were just happened to be left too. So if we find more of them, I'll make sure to knock them out or knock them down, I guess.
Did you loot the chest that I was on, by the way?
No, we didn't. We figured that was your stuff, though. I wondered if there was something in there that they wanted. But it
It
kind of
was
looked like they were after the adventurous fellow instead of stuff. After all, what would pigs want with stuff?
yeah. Damn things weren't acting like any hogs I ever saw. I've caught a few of them in traps, and we had the hounds kill them. But we're acting smarter. Focus.
So she's gonna nod at that.
Kevin's gonna scribble something down in his notepad.
Oh, and he'll put his knife down and hold his hand out as far as one in a bed is able. Jaren. Jarryn. Curious.
Good to meet you.
shake his hand. Name's Fionn. It's a
Ah.
pleasure to meet you. Although I wish
Yeah,
it was
really
under.
soft balls.
Thank you. Just wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah. Take more of my dad's sage advice. Thankful I'm alive and not waste what I got.
That'll carry you far. The name's Kevin. No last.
It's okay.
Kevin, no,
We didn't really. We didn't really.
And so Beatrice is going to introduce herself as I'm Beatrice.
That's a pretty name. Meet you.
Thank you.
He offers another handshake.
She will take his hand gently.
He does have calluses though, so he definitely did do outside work. Very soft hands too. Everybody's got soft hands. My hands are those callous ones because I used to do a lot of wood, carving a lot of stuff. Made a
Ah, yes,
baby crib. a few times.
I imagine living out in the woods, you had to do a lot of hard work.
Yep. Hunted a few things with bows and stuff.
Mm. Um, Kevin's going to kind of perk up a bit. Hey, Jaren, glad to see you're doing good. We'll keep you up to date on as soon as we find something out, or the guild finds something out. We'll all make sure keep you in the loop. But I have something I need to go take care of, and my our adventuring team here is. Well, I guess you guys are welcome to stay as long as you like, but like I said, I have something I need to take care of.
Okay.
Kevin's gonna wander off and pull out his notebook again. Is it at all possible to well, okay, how does one go about making is it a bounty, I guess, for the bounty board?
Request, you just simply go downstairs, state what kind of request it is, hash that out, pay the fee for whatever rank it would be required, and as much relevant information as you can, give your name and all that info.
All right. Kevin's gonna wander off and do that. He's gonna request it as a gold rank at least. No loot to retrieve that chest. How much money do I have again? He's gonna offer 10,000 iron as a reward, as long as nothing is looted from the chest.
Chest? Is you requesting? Are you requesting gold rank because of the possibility of danger, of
Yeah,
unforeseen threats?
yes.
Okay, gold rank, and we'll put here preferably with combat experience. Estimated completion time that you think it'll take: a day, 2, 3.
I can't imagine it taking more than a day or two, simply due to travel time and there shouldn't be any combat. But one of the issues it was actually an issue that we ran into previously completed. There were some strange wildlife. They're kind of hog-like creatures, far more intelligent acting than they were. But I don't know if they're still gonna be there when another adventuring
Oh,
team gets out
okay.
there.
Oh, okay. So you're one of the people that was involved in that incident with the misreported request. Okay. And you're
Yes,
just wanting to have another adventurer go and double check because you feel like something's off. I get it. This isn't the first time there's been a
more to
misreported.
more to get a uh, more to get a what do we call it? We found a survivor there essentially that is the last of his family. I'd like to get him some of his family heirlooms if there are any in that chest
Ah,
and things back to
okay.
him.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and assign 1,000 experience as an incentive.
And
Retrieve. Yeah.
no mention of the potential mislabel, please. I'd probably get
Yeah.
yelled at by our favorite administrator.
Stand up. Don't have to let Silly know anything.
She's gonna yell at me. I know she sees all this stuff go through.
Nah, totally not. Okay, well, that's the funding paid. We'll assign the experience. Quite simple. Have a good day. Night.
Thank you much.
The sunlight. That's the last
Eh.
thing that they say as they wander off.
Tim's gonna go find him some grub.
Just one.
Still didn't do
Not a grub, not a literal grub, you shit. Food.
Silkworm.
Silkworm
Well,
larva.
He
I've
literally
actually
can
had that.
divine mealworms, so
Fuck you, moth grubs are actually tasty, alright. Haven't had them right.
I've had silkworm larva before though.
hey,
Okay.
you know what I had? I had a steak. Like normal people. God damn it.
Hey, yeah,
I
you know
once
what I had? A snake.
Yeah, good on you. At least it's real meat, not fucking skittery bug bullshit.
Well, if it's any consolation, I had jerky made almost entire. Well, there's still like it was like 20% beef, but the rest of it was kangaroo, and the other one was almost. It was like 81% gator. Were very good. Surprisingly, I actually thought that kangaroo tasted better than gator.
No,
the last
it's
time I had gator, it wasn't done right. It was
it,
mildly nauseating.
kangaroo's a marsupial. It's got kind of that kind of rat taste to it.
Not the one I ate.
It tastes like sadness.
Tasted good.
It tastes like testosterone, is what it tastes like.
fucking male red kangaroos. Those things are fucking jacked.
I had dog while I was in Korea.
I've had cat
You
while I was in
have-
Little China.
Nice. What are you going to be able to get you for the grub? We could always order something custom. That's possible, or you could just get something from the dinner menu they offer. You know, the free meal dinner menu, or you could order a custom meal, which a lot of adventurers do. You know, when they have a specific craving.
Is there any chance of any pancakes being left over?
Well, there's none on serve right here, but you could probably ask one of the many barkeepers, because you know they're just kind of hanging around when somebody's not talking to them, serving gals and guys alike.
Kind of figured if they were still serving them. Either way, I'll leave it off as just nondescript food because
Would you like a
let people.
burger? Apparently, that's what they're serving right now is large burgers, like with
Oh, yeah.
literal 1 pound meat patties.
Mmm, burger.
Oh, you had him at burger.
What kind of burger do you want? Do you want cow? You want wildebeest meat? You want to pay for some more expensive stuff and get you like an exotic meat type from some sort of you're not sure, but you know you've been told it's a deserty insect meat, but it looks
So
like lighter in color, like a pinkish color, but it smells delicious.
So were the bison also almost hunted to extinction in this world, or are they prevalent?
They're this world's version of bright bison are prevalent, but they're just very hard to get a hold of because they're far away in a completely different continent, and it's very expensive for import tax.
Okay.
That's their only saving grace is they're on another continent. People are like, yeah, it's too much money. No, give me a normal cow.
It's delicious, but this veal
Give
will
me
have
the
to
normal moo-moo.
suffice.
Still doing my thing.
This
This one's
baby child will have to sate my hunger as a carnivore.
Hey, one sec.
It's like, oh look, they just had themselves a cute little cow baby. Got that motherfucker up and put it in a burger now.
But it's only been alive for like a year. I said now.
I want veal, bitch, fresh. Put it in the grinder.
So, hey, I gotta go talk to my mom, but to finish up the line of questioning, Kevin would like a double-decker burger with wildebeest and beef and
Would be
spicy jack
beef,
cheese.
spicy jack cheese, all right, and some peppers and some bacon. Gotcha. And a sauce.
Exactly.
Sauce.
He
The
will custom
fucking
order this
amazing thing
pasta.
is these are all like cholesterol-induced foods, but the amount of
Wow.
calories these people fucking burn.
He custom orders a mixture of mayo and ketchup because it's fry sauce burger.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
But I gotta go now. My mom's trying to get all the way. So one sec.
Okay, we'll be here. It's worth mentioning for anybody else that wants to go down there and eat. They actually do have fries in the form of potato wedges that have been seasoned.
Yeah, I think Naibai gonna go down there, order a 4x4 animal style triple decker.
What?
4x4, so it's got lettuce on both sides. Animal style is caramelized onions with toasted buns, and it's a triple decker, which is 3 patties.
Leon just wants a regular burger and some patties before he goes to shoot things and possibly whap his arms with his own bowstring a few times while he shoots.
Yes, then you have Doll over there in the corner. Now that you've met him, he's just over there doing things. Seems to be getting surrounded by younger, adventurous females in there. He's very masterfully just, oh, too young. Literally the words, just too young.
You're all too young. Fuck off.
Burgers.
I could really go for a nice meaty now.
These are very meaty burgers, and we're talking like smallest patty weight you get is a pound. You get a pound. You can get a like a 3-pound meat patty and just stuff your fucking face with it.
I wonder if Grattenburg is still open.
I'm gonna go get me
I don't know.
something to eat now. Because fuck. Damn it.
I mean, technically we should be ending up anyways.
Yeah.
But I just one thing I want to know. How many times does Fion whap himself in the arms?
We'll find that out next session.
Ah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye
Sounds
bye.
like a
I'm
plan.
gonna laugh at him failing to go through the backyard.
Why?
Because so you had to discipline somebody in the backyard. You don't know what it looks like yet.
Oh lord. Alright. Goodbye.
It's like what
Aw, they're
happens when
closed.
they're closed. Whee!